Hi guys, today we're gonna create this zombie crowd in Houdini 19.5 and man, this is funny always with the crowd in Houdini, and today's video inspired by World War Z. Hi again, this is Dyson. Okay, let's begin. This is my inspiration for this video, and you see that this crowd is fabulous, boy. And I must admit, this is why I'm involved with the crowd in Houdini. So if you enjoy this kind of video, hit the like button and buckle up. Okay, let's build that from scratch. Let's create agent node here and let's change that to FX and load our character. I prefer with T-pose without the animation. That's better. And now let's create agent clip node here. Okay, agent clip to load our animation. Okay, let me load that quickly because this is a typical stuff. I have a mini tutorial for this one. Okay, I have a run and run underscore 2. Okay, I made that a locomotion, and now let's create collision shape. Okay, I am creating this collision shape quickly. Okay, be careful with that, and always have a test Ragdoll simulation. That's a handy tools. Okay, that's not working here because we need a agent configure node, joint. Okay, you see that we have a Ragdoll, and let's adjust our ground. Okay, that's not bad for the start. Now let's set up our joint rotation limit. With manipulate tool selected here, you can select on the blue point to have to create this handle for the joint limitation. And turns out if you create this handle one by one, it's better because you're gonna have a cleaner ragdoll. Okay, you see that I am creating this handle and testing, creating and testing. That's better, I guess. So I am cool now, and let's proceed to create crowd source here. Okay, that's our crowd here, and let's have an initial state. No, I want to have a randomized state here. Okay, let me select our clip. Nice. Okay, we have this crowd. That's not bad for the start. Okay, now let's simulate these bad boys here. Let's go to crowd and hit the simulate and select our crowd and ragdoll and to run clip and hit OK. We have this DOP network. Okay, we have this state here, and let's play. Okay, this crowd is sliding. Let's enable locomotion on this clip here. In place to locomotion. Yeah, okay, and let's play. Okay, now if you notice, we have a similar state, run and run underscore 2. We're gonna merge that for the simplicity of the setup. Let me disable this randomization, and we have initial state to run, and let's change that to random distribution, and let's select our run clips here and let's play, and that's cool. Okay, now let's load our environment model. Let's create a file. I have this one from Sketchfab, and let's scale this down. Okay, that's good, I guess. We have this model. Nice, and this pretty dense model, as you can see, and I want to optimize that for the simulation. Let's create VDB from Polygon. I love this workflow. And now VDB reshape for closing the holes. Nice, and now VDB convert to convert that to Polygon again. and we have a nicer polygon or nicer mesh, and we're gonna optimize that with adaptive setting here. Okay, and now let's create null and rename that, for instance, out underscore RBD. Okay, and let's go here, and in the static solver let's create static object. Okay, static object, and let me load or select this out underscore RBD, and that's our model. Cool. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like and subscribe for more content. Okay, now let's create trigger for the ragdoll. Okay, first let me adjust this crowd here. I want to have a decent and dense crowd. Let me translate this one to adjust the position. Okay, maybe okay here. Let me change that and let me place it here. Okay, that's not bad for now. We have this crowd. Okay, let me see that, and yeah, now let's create a crowd transition, and let's create crowd trigger. Let's connect this one, and we need to go from run to ragdoll, and that via raycast object. If the crowd hit this object, then we will go to ragdoll. As you can see, they falling immediately, and maybe let me fix the static object. Let's change that to concave, and let's play. Okay, they are falling immediately. That's because they are so close to this object, for instance the flow. I want to have a trigger just for the wall here, and if the crowd hit the wall, they will go to ragdoll. So let me create a group node, I guess. Yeah, let's go with the group node. Create group node, and let's have a flow here and change that to $OS. The name group will be the name of the node, and let's change that to point, and let me select the flow quickly. Okay, I'm not going to waste your time here. That's why I am speeding this process. And now we have this floor selected, and let's create delete here, and let me delete the flow. Okay, we have the wall. Okay, that's what I want, and let's create a null and name that, for instance, out underscore trigger. That will trigger. That will be our trigger to going from run to ragdoll, or ragdoll. Sorry. And let me select that here. Pay attention to the guide model here. Okay, let's go, and you see that the flow is not included anymore. Okay, as you can see, the crowd are moving in the wrong direction. I want to have a curve in this direction here. Okay, to tell the crowd to move in this direction. For that, let's go here and create let me template that. Okay, let's create curve bezier, and let's go to top view. Let me create this curve quickly here. Okay, now let's create a null node and name that path. Okay, or maybe out underscore path. Okay, that's nicer. And now we have this curve, as you can see, and that will be our path to the crowd. And to tell that to the crowd, we need to create pop steer path node here. Okay, let me adjust that. We need to create this node here after the state. Okay, let's select our path. Nice, and let's see that. Let's play. Okay, we have something. Let's change that to walk here and that to crowd. And yeah, we have something going on here. We need to fix that, and let me adjust the weight. We need that more precise in this path, and let me disable our ragdoll. Okay, the crowd is moving, but they are not perfect. Let's change this force scale. Okay, we're getting there, and we have some randomization. The anticipation is not working, so let's disable that. Okay, we have some movement. Now let me show you something here. First, let's disable this avoidance in crowd solver, and let's go to this clip state. Let me disable this locomotion orientation, and as you can see, the crowd is now working for the path, and that's awesome. Now, if you notice, we don't have any interaction with our environment or with this model. That's why we need a terrain adoption. This option is here in the crowd solver. Okay, we need a geometry for that to tell the crowd to stick to this geometry, act like a terrain. And before that, we need to set up our agent prep, I guess, and we're gonna tell this agent what our knee or foot joint are. Okay, I wanna set up this quickly, and for the sake of this demonstration, we're gonna back to this back and forth. Okay, let me show you here. Okay, that's our foot, and this is a Miximo skeleton. You maybe have a different agent. You may select this one. Be careful with this selection because it will impact the result. And let's create a foot channel here, and we create this chop network. Okay, now we have to go here into this model, and as you can see, we select this flow before, and that's okay. Now let's copy paste this delete and null node, and let's change that to out terrain, for instance, and let's go to delete and change that to non-selected, and voila, that's our flow. Nice. Now let's go to crowd solver and pay attention to this crowd, and let's select our terrain here. Okay, let's hit select, and you see that our crowd it's interacting with our terrain here, or our flow, and that's awesome. Houdini made that easy for us, honestly. Okay, and now let's go to this crowd. I want to have a more agent here. That's why I am reducing this space option to have a dense agent. Okay, let's play, and that's okay for now. And let's see, let's go here and let's adjust our curve. I want the agent to have a cleaner path, and let me see that, and let's see the result, and yeah, that's okay for now. Now, as you can see, the agents are intersecting with each other without going to ragdoll phase. I want to have a space between this agent. That's why I am using pop steer avoid. Let me create this one here, pop steer avoid. That's what will tell the agent of this particle act like agent to avoid each other. As you can see, we have some spaces here, and that's not bad. Okay, and let's change that to crowd. Yeah, it's not bad, and we're gonna fix that later on. Okay, now let me enable our ragdoll trigger on transition, and as you can see, let me show you. Okay, that's the hit option. Okay, we're gonna reduce that distance, and when the crowd hit this wall, they will go to ragdoll phase, as you can see, and that's nice. And we're gonna improve that in the next section, but as you can see, they are working. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, now let me show you something here. We have this artifact. You see that the ragdoll is not correct, and the crowd is collapsing with the ragdoll phase, and that's because we need to enable this animated stick here on the run clip. And let me show you here, and you see that that's better and so awesome. Now let's set up our agent lookat. This one improved by folks at Side Effects in Houdini 19.5, and I want to show you here the improvement. Let's go to this crowd and let's create agent lookat. We have this node here, and let me show you. You see that we have this point to look at, but nothing happened. As you can see, the guide is on the foot. That's because in the agent prep we didn't set up our head joint correctly. And now let me select our head. Okay, as you can see, that's worked awesome. And let me change that here. Okay, that's the agent lookat. And by the way, this scene is available on my Patreon, and make sure to check it there. And now let's go to the DOPS network, because the real lookat will go here. And let's create lookat node, and this is similar to the sub level, but let me show you here. First, let me drag this one here, and as you can see, that will not going to work. And you see that we don't have any lookat. That's because we need to enable this agent lookat in the crowd solver, and it's work. Okay, the target here is point. We have object or points of the object, and we have this agent option, and this will be our agent stream ragdoll. I wanna have this agent lookat to the ragdoll agents that's falling down. Let me show you here. Okay, you see that we have some looking here. For instance, this agent, you see that it's looking for this body of him. It's falling down, and that's what I need here to have a more natural simulation. This is so handy option. You see that? I love it. This will have a small touch to the simulation, and we have, for instance, this option, distance range or target range. You see that? Okay, we need one more thing here, and that is I want to have this ragdoll agent, for instance, to hit the non-ragdoll agent, and I want to translate that to ragdoll state. Okay, that's so technical, but I am gonna show you here. Let me copy paste that here, and we're gonna go from run to ragdoll, and we're gonna use this RBD impact. Okay, we're gonna select crowd object, but as you can see, they are falling immediately. That's because this animated stick. So I want to have a different technique here. I want to show you. So let's enable this distance mode, and we need geometry to trigger that. Okay, let's go to sub level, and as you can see, this node is importing our simulation. Let me show you here on the spreadsheet. We have an active attribute in the point section, and that's represent our ragdoll phase. And you see that 0 for non-ragdoll agent, and the 1 is ragdoll phase. Okay, we're gonna use that. Let me create our delete node here, and let's go for expression @ active equal to 1. We're gonna select this one and non-selected, and voila. Wow. We have this agent and ragdoll agent, and let me create a null for that. Out underscore, for instance, okay, ragdoll trigger, maybe ragdoll active, yeah. And let me select that here, ragdoll active, and yeah, that's better. And let me play that, and let me show you. Okay, as you can see, that's working. Okay, the agent hitting the ragdoll agent will go to ragdoll phase. I know this is confusing, but it's working. Honestly, that's awesome with this option. So pay attention for the distance here, and you can adjust that. And for a more efficient way, I wanna go here and grab this node we created, and let's go to DOP network, and let's create sub solver, and let's connect this one here, and let's paste the node. Okay, we are in the sub solver, and yeah, we have this selection here. Let me show you. Okay, that's working. And now here I want to select this null node in the sub solver. That's more efficient to the Houdini. Okay, let me show you the final version here. Okay, I create this agent, this boy here, and as you can see, I load this run clip from Miximo, and I have terrain adoption, and I unpack that. Let me show you here. I using this terrain. Let me merge these guys together, and yeah, as you can see, that's our actor here. And let me show you the pyro setup. Okay, and by the way, this scene is available on my Patreon, and I want to have this geometry trimmed, and I assign the color for the agent. I transfer that color, and I delete the geometry except that area, and I simulate the pyro for this one. Okay, and you see, that's the pyro for the dust, and I guess that's the result. And honestly, I love this one. And by the way, this is available on my Patreon, the scene file. And I guess that's it. Have a good day. Goodbye.